Well, good morning, our beloveds. It is time to start another Wake the Fuck Up message. It is your time to become you in all that it means. So why is it so hard for you to offer yourself the same grace or opportunity that you allow others? Why is it that you give other people passes that you don't offer yourselves? You make so many excuses for other people's poor behavior and allow them to continue in your lives while they don't offer you that same grace. And it's not a matter of forgiveness, it's a matter of boundaries or acceptance of how you know or wish to be treated by others. If others get to walk all over you, how are they ever expected to learn to treat you and others better if there are no consequences for their poor behavior? When you have a young child and the child behaves poorly, you reprimand this child. You acknowledge to this child, this behavior that you're engaging in is not acceptable behavior. It is not loving. It is not kind. You can gently reprimand. You need not beat your child into submission, but you do gently reprimand the young people or critters. So why is it that when grown-ups impact your life negatively, that you allow them to? Why is it that a grown-up, because of the mere fact that they're over 20, for example, that they are now given the keys to the kingdom to behave poorly? Why is that? Maybe somebody in their childhood or youth did not share with them how harmful or negatively impactful their actions, their behaviors, their words are. And it's not a matter of controlling the other individual. It is merely reflecting back to them what they are doing and how it impacts you. It is your God-given right to say, I don't really care for how you're treating me. I don't care for how I feel right now because of what you just said or did. You don't tell the other person, stop doing that. You just simply say, I don't like how that feels, and I don't think I wish to engage in these types of conversations again. And then you back off. The other person can then choose whether or not they wish to engage with you in the future, and if so, they must do it in a loving and harmonious way. This is the ideal way to reprimand young people, to lovingly invite them into a conversation with you on what is the most loving way to interact with one another, and then to allow them to sit with that knowledge and make a determination whether or not they wish to learn that lesson or continue to be isolated for the moment. And it's not that you shut them out completely. It is simply that you say, right now, I don't care for how you're treating me, and I think I'm going to go remove myself or extract myself from our interactions so that I don't have to understand your poor behavior. I can just simply say to you, I don't like it and I don't feel safe with you right now. And you get to figure out or understand what you're doing. It's not my job to heal you, but it is my job to tell you how your behavior makes me feel, and I don't care for it. So begin your journey back within and back into your most central aspect of you, and that is the one who acknowledges and respects how it feels when you don't feel honored, respected, acknowledged, or declared as being worthy of being treated well. You are now learning how it feels when others disrespect you and why. The why is it simply does not feel good in your solar plexus. It does not feel good in your heart chakra. It does not feel good in your throat chakra oftentimes. It does not feel good in your third eye. And it does not feel good in your crown chakra. All of those aspects of you are affected. And if this individual is really harmful, cruel, or hurtful, you feel it in your second and your first chakra because it literally goes to your safety and well-being. But your interaction with others is meant to be harmonious and collectively engaging. And when you find somebody who isn't, you can just lovingly say, I don't care for how this feels, this exchange, and I'm going to remove myself from your presence. Now, there are those who will never ever care, will never ever reflect, will never ever desire to change, or will never ever even recognize or acknowledge that what they're doing is impacting you in a negative way because they're not capable of it yet. But it is not your responsibility to be the dumping ground for other people's toxic behaviors. We are now moving into the Aquarian age, and this requires a compassion and a collaboration of united efforts to save this world, if we may be that direct. And for those of you who do not wish to participate, well, you are welcome to continue on your journey. But the light workers within this new construct are beginning to learn how they've been treated by others is not it's not creative, it's not collaborative, and it is not compassionate. And we now encourage you, light workers, to no longer throw the pearls before the swine. There are those who never, ever will change. There are those who never, ever will come home. There are those who will never, ever collaborate with you. There are others who will never, ever compete with you to become a better human being. There are others who are simply content in remaining in their current life's path of being toxic individuals. But we encourage you, the light workers, to see your worth, to see your collaborative efforts as respecting others is worthy of being respected back. And when you are not, we encourage you to walk away. It is a time of self-preservation and a time of simplicity. Go back to what matters most: the home, the hearth, and family in its truest form. Family are those who energetically vibrate within your heart's space. And no more pearls before the swine right now is the most important message that we can give you so that you return home to center. The toxic people within this world, they will depress your energetic field, and it literally will keep you from ascending. Allow yourself to ascend completely and fully before you give any more time, effort, or energy to these individuals who have no desire to save themselves, and only give your pearls to those individuals who will see the hard work or effort that you had to go through to create these pearls as worthy of being respected and honored and cherished. And the rest of it will be written in the books, in the eternal books of the universe, of the history of mankind as it transitions from the energy of the Piscean age to the energy of the Aquarian age. It matters so much right now that you really harness your energy, because you cannot save everyone. You can only save those, if you will, where they want to save themselves, and you just offer them the light and the well-worn path to help get them to the place of nirvana where they desire to go. And the rest of them will sit in the dark, because that is the void, the point of creation. Allow them that. Grace them with that darkness, because that is where they find themselves, where you found yourself. Don't try to save people who are not interested, because it is wasted effort and keeps you from walking on your unique life's path. Share your light, share your warmth, share your compassion. But when people try to pour water on your light, you forcibly remove them from your life, because they are not permitted to extinguish your flame. Be mindful, be very mindful in these coming months of who you allow into your sacred space, because that is truly what it is, your sacred space. And you are the keeper of the flame. Be mindful. Reflect on this deeply. Your words, your messages are hidden deeply within this message today. And so it is. Namaste.